Hey everybody, we're outside and we are continuing our video compare series between the Azoleo satellite communicator and the newly released Garmin InReach Messenger. Today we're going to be talking about some of the design choices between the two devices now that I've been using the Messenger for a little while here. So first thing, of course, we got to give it to Garmin. They do have a couple of elements that are in their favor, and one of them is the dimensions. So the device itself, same width, just a little bit shorter, also quite a bit thinner than the Zoleo. So you got to give them that. You got to give them the battery life too, which is quite impressive. However, there's a few other things that when you go down the specs might be of interest for you depending how you're going to use the device. And because of that, that's why I still think that the Zoleo might be the better device option, and I'll tell you why. All right, so first thing is the use of devices using gloves. Of course, I'm using thin gloves today, but in 2 weeks, I'll be hauling out the big, thick winter gloves up here in Canada. So InReach Messenger has these buttons on the front edge, and you get the display. This is not usable at all. It's already an annoyance. First of all, I got to start tapping the buttons. Two, depending on your size of gloves, you're not going to be able to see the display very well. So it's not a very easy usable device with one-handed operation. Plus, if you get thicker gloves, you're probably not going to get a good feel of which button you're pressing, and I found that I had to press or figure out where I'm pressing a number of times. So I don't particularly like it, and also I don't know if I'm using a different hand or what the deal is. So it's an annoyance for sure. As compared to the Zoleo, you really only have the check-in button at the top. The SOS button has the protective cover that you can easily open and press with gloves on. Now you do have the SOS button with the InReach here, but you're under a flap, and you can see you may not be able to get this open. Maybe you are, but with thicker gloves, you're going to have some problem with it. No problem with either devices pressing the power button, but again, don't really like where they put these buttons on the device. Second thing is portability. Now, because of these devices are so small and so light, they are meant to be clipped on, either yourself, your belt, your backpack strap, somewhere, right? Zoleo will come with a piece of webbing or integrated with the body of the device, and comes with a carabiner clip, so you can clip it on right away. If you don't want to use the carabiner clip, you can thread this through whatever that you want, maybe against your vehicle or maybe more secure on your backpack. Doesn't matter. I've had this for a couple years and the strap is still working pretty good. I did replace the carabiner because I wanted one with a lock on it, but works very well. InReach Messenger has no such clip or ease of attachment. It does have the common lanyard port that you've seen in their outdoor devices for, I don't know, decade now. But have you seen anybody, one, carry it with a lanyard? One of the older GPSs. Two, they don't even supply a lanyard, so you're gonna go and buy a $40 lanyard from Garmin in order to get this around your neck. It's hard. You can't put a key ring on here, so you can at least get a ring on or something like that. So probably the best thing you can probably do is take a 1 or 2 millimeter climbing rope and just create a toggle and then clip it on yourself. A little bit extra work, but it should come out of the box portable. But depending on your usage for either or, you're carrying it with you, or maybe it's on the dash of your vehicle, or it's mounted somewhere. And that's the other thing to note too. Doesn't seem to be any other clips or attachments for this device. Zoleo will come with a number of attachments, RAM mounts, belt clips, backpack clips, or mounts for your vehicle. So a little bit more flexibility with the mounting options for this one and this one. All right, so the last thing to mention is some of the ratings that are on these devices. So we're going to talk about IP ratings, so the Ingress rating. So you'll see that the Zoleo has a rating of IP68. 6 is for a dust rating. 6 is the highest. That means that this is dust tight, nothing will come in terms of dust particles. And the 8 rating refers to the water rating, and this can be fully submerged or it can basically live underwater, so which is probably the highest rating that you want for an outdoor device. The Garmin inReach Messenger has a rating of IPX7, meaning that for the dust rating, the X means that it doesn't have a rating for it. So you don't know how dust tight this thing is. And I'm afraid that if I'm doing some side-by-side or dusty conditions, I might start getting some dust particles underneath the display. It's possible, right? The water rating, the 7, means that this can be submerged for 30 minutes between 6 and 3 feet of water. So, all right, so meaning you can drop it in water, but you got to get it out. This one, if you drop it, you have a little bit more time before you can go and retrieve it. So depending on your utilization or your types of activities, obviously I think that the Zoleo has a little bit more ruggedness in terms of dust and water. And on top of that, the Zoleo has the US military 810 spec, which is for shock, drops, that kind of stuff. You can look into it as to all the different types of tests that the 810 will do, but meaning that this will be a little bit more rugged than the inReach Messenger because it doesn't have such a spec rating. So if you are doing any type of rugged outdoor activity with lots of dust, potentially getting submerged in water, mud, winter, whatever, might want to go with the Zoleo. Seems to be the little bit more rugged device than the inReach, and also portability in terms of getting this attached to yourself or your vehicle. It seems to be a little bit more easier a lot more options you can do with the Zoleo than with the inReach. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll talk to you guys next time.